Hello, and welcome to the American Massage, Chiropractic, and Acupuncture Conference pre-conference broadcast series on One Concept Radio. I'm Felicia Brown, and I'll be your host for this interview and series. This is one of several broadcasts with the presenters and experts who are appearing in San Diego, California, April 20th through 22nd, 2012, and who are brought to you by One Concept. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank the 2012 American Massage, Chiropractic, and Acupuncture Conference sponsors, Massage Warehouse Script, MPA Media, H.J. Ross, ABMP, and Massage Envy Careers for making this year's event possible. Our special guest today is Dr. Dennis Buckley. Dr. Buckley and I will be talking about his class, Practice Pointers Providing Practice Prosperity, Protection, and Proficiency. But first, let me tell you a little bit about Dr. Buckley. Dr. Dennis Buckley is a chiropractor in Pasadena, California, and is co-owner of the Health Advantage, which uses chiropractic, acupuncture, and massage. He has been practicing in Pasadena for the past 19 years and is a past president of the California Chiropractic Association and past chair of the Pasadena Chamber of Commerce. Through his company, Performance Advantage consults with vendors to the healing arts, provides consulting services to health care practitioners, and helps chiropractic, acupuncturists, and massage therapists market and build their practices. He is also finishing his first two books, SCORE, Student Chiropractors on Road to Excellence, and An Incomplete Education, What You Forgot to Learn in College. Dr. Buckley is 54 years old, engaged to be married this year. He also has a 24-year-old daughter who is serving in the United States Navy and will be the extra dad to two boys ages 14 and 12. Dr. Buckley, welcome to the American Massage, Chiropractic, and Acupuncture Conference pre-conference broadcast series. Thanks for making time to talk with me about the event and your class, Practice Pointers Providing Practice Prosperity, Protection, and Proficiency.
Thanks, Felicia. That's a mouthful. You said it really well. So I'm very excited to be here sharing with you.
Well, I'm looking forward to talking about your topic in particular, with marketing and practice building being one of my passions and what I do in my business also. And, of course, I'm looking forward to meeting you at the conference in April.
I do the same. Look forward to meeting you.
Now, you actually live in California, so I'm hoping that you can give our listeners a little idea about why having this conference in California is so exciting and why they should make the trip out.
Well, one, we're going to be down in San Diego, down at the beautiful Town and Country Hotel. There's a lot to do in San Diego, so you don't have to come alone. Bring your family. There's SeaWorld, the San Diego Zoo, a wild animal park, the beaches, shopping. San Diego is just a wonderful destination to have an event at because you can bring your whole family with you. Beautiful Southern California weather. Although today it's going to rain.
Oh, no.
But we've been having this incredible weather. And that's what you get in Southern California, and it's be a great place to come, and it's very exciting, and yes, it's good because I'm in California. I can drive down to it. It only takes me about 2 hours to get down there.
Well, that's always great for those of us that are out there speaking and teaching when we can just get in the car and then drive back home when we need to travel back instead of having to wait at the airport. I know I love that when I have the chance. So now, besides your own class, Dr. Buckley, what are you most looking forward to doing or being a part of at this year's event?
Well, always in events like this, and this is kind of unique for me because it's going to be with the acupuncture and the massage, is meeting all the other vendors, meeting all the other instructors, networking, because, I view this as an opportunity for us to really, really connect. And I really don't view anybody there or anyone around as competition. I view them all as colleagues because there are a lot of people in the United States alone that are in need of chiropractic, acupuncture, massage, the more natural healing arts to promote health, build health, maintain health. And while I'm at these conferences, I get to meet a lot of new people that I've probably never met before in the teaching, the massage, and acupuncture. Also reconnect with a lot of the vendors. A lot of the vendors that are here are the same vendors that provide services to my profession. So it's a great way to connect with the vendors because they are also essential to the success of all our practices and all our businesses. And because they support us and we support them, and if we don't win, they don't win. So they want to help us win. So it's a great time to really connect with those people because they can teach us a lot, they can show us a lot, they can help us a lot. And also going to all the classes and just getting more information. It's about learning. We're always on a journey of learning, and we should remember that school is never out for the professional. And so I'm really looking forward to the event because of the location, and all the events that go around it. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
Well, it definitely will be. Plenty of opportunities for all the things that you spoke about. Like you, I get really energized by having a chance to talk to vendors and learn new things in the classes and connect with people. In this year's event in particular being multidisciplinary, moving from just being open to massage therapists to having chiropractors and acupuncturists involved, I think there's a lot of opportunity for expanded learning, understanding, and cooperation between our groups and all of the providers and professionals that are going to be in attendance. So I think it's going to be fabulous.
Exactly.
Now, one of the things that you talk about in your business and class is who a person is and how that idea of who a person is affects how successful they will be in practice. Can you explain what you mean by that and how who you are makes a difference in your business?
It comes down to mindset, attitude, posture, and positioning. You could give a technique. Let's say there's a practice-building technique, and it's a procedure. You could give it to 10 different practitioners. And this cuts across chiropractic, acupuncture, massage therapists, homeopathic, you name it, any type of business, actually. But you give the same procedure to 10 different people, and you get 10 different results. Well, if it's the same procedure, why are you getting 10 different results? Well, it's more about the person and who they are and their mindset than it is about the procedure. You have to approach your business, and you have to approach your passion with passion and your dedication to what you really want to be and what you want to do. What are you trying to achieve? What's your mission? What's your purpose? That's what it really comes down to. Why are you doing this? Now, it's very important to make money because if you don't make any money, you don't stay in business. So margins and missions go together. If you can't have a proper margin being successful, you cannot continue your mission, whatever that may be. The problem is a lot of people get so hung up on the margins, they forget about the mission, and then they lose it all. They get too hung up on the mission, don't do the business right, and then they basically are wasted upon the world because they're very passionate, but they can't do it. So that becoming of who you are involves a lot of different procedures. And one of the things we're going to be talking about is how to develop that person who you are that is going to be the success. You know, a lot of people have this idea that, you know, if I had more money, I would do more things and then I would be happy. Well, the opposite is true. You got to be happy. You got to be positive. You got to be on purpose. And if you be that person, you'll have everything and you'll be able to do more than you ever imagined. So one of the things is we're always a becoming. We've never arrived. There's a saying that says, if you're green, you're growing. If you're ripe, you're rot. Well, one of the things that really keeps some of the most successful practitioners, the practice management, the businesses, is they're always becoming. They're always in a work in progress. Tony Robbins refers to that as constant and never-ending improvement. So who you are becomes more important than actually what you do, because the fact is that sets the bar, that sets the mission, that sets the purpose, that sets the goals. And so a lot of times people are very talented, they have good business skills, they are good at what they do. All they really need to do is just focus and readjust the mindset about who they are and what they're about. And when they get that dialed in, it can really, really take their practices and really propel them to where they really want to be so they can be more successful. And this actually applies even more important because this is where it's formed to students. If you're in chiropractic college, acupuncture college, massage, even undergraduate, you know, it comes down to what are your habits and what are you doing. So who a person is affects the success by the mindset of how they approach every single thing they do and everything and every day in every way. Because I think T. Harv Eker says how you do anything is how you do everything. So it transcends all parts of your life.
And I couldn't agree with you more on everything that you said. And one of the things that you mentioned is school is never out for the professional. That lifelong quest for improving and getting better and increasing your education and always being a work in progress. I think that that's vital. Otherwise, you end up being stagnant and lost in what you're doing and behind the times.
Well, the most successful and happiest practitioners are always constantly learning. They're always striving to improve themselves. And by improving themselves, they're more effective at what they do. Plus, they enjoy themselves a lot more.
Well, conferences like this really give people a huge opportunity to do that, and I'm so excited to see the focus on more classes about that mindset and attitude like yours, because there are a lot of people that maybe didn't get access to that when they were in school, and they don't even know the right resources to look for when they are feeling lost or they're not sure why their business isn't going well. Because it wasn't provided to them in their initial education, and they're just at a lot of conferences, there just isn't that much focus on it.
Exactly, and actually just to kind of a little segue, which was the actual inspiration for the book I wrote, the SCORE book, Student Chiropractors on the Road to Excellence, from the clinic to the classroom, Unparalleled Success. And what that does is talks about developing this mindset while you're in school, so when you get to practice, you'll have already some habits in place. And the thing also applies to the other book I wrote, which is What You Forgot to Learn, which is what you just talked about, learning about these things, because basically you can still learn it. It's possible. Sometimes you just have to go back and relook at things a little differently and say, oh, wait a minute, I need to put more emphasis on this.
Most definitely. Now, one of the things I know you talk about is mentorship or being mentored. Why is being mentored and being a mentor so important?
Well, when I wrote the book SCORE, I interviewed over 50 successful chiropractors, and I also interviewed leading people. In fact, Don Peterson of MPM, who's the editor of the Acupuncture Today, Massage Today, and Chiropractic Today, I interviewed all these people, and we were talking about what they did to become successful. And there were some certain themes that just permeated every single buddy I talked to. And one of the things that almost everybody said was when they were in school or they were first in practice, they were mentored. They found someone that they modeled their practice after. They saw somebody who was doing what they wanted to do and the way they wanted to do it and was achieving success. So basically they mentored them, they modeled them. Because, why reinvent the wheel if you can follow someone who's already walked that path and learn from them? It's a wise way to go. So being mentored is a great way to speed up the learning curve and get your practice, get your business going. And then also, when you do that, you have an obligation to pay it forward by mentoring others. You really need to look back and give back to others, students that are coming up, new practitioners. Because one of the things when you mentor other people, it's kind of a secondary effect, and it's a little selfish, but when you mentor other people, you, the mentor, get so much more out of it than the people you're mentoring, although they get a lot out of it, because it really brings you back to what I talked about before, your mindset, your purpose, your mission about why you're doing this. And you've got to get forward, because you realize we're not going to be around forever, but we sure would like our profession to be around and be better when we're gone for the future generations. So that mentorship is an investment in the future to make sure that our professions continue and become stronger.
I agree with you on that. And, one thing I've found as an educator and I guess mentor, consultant, et cetera, is that I tend to learn from what I'm teaching, very much so. And so by providing that sort of support for other people, it keeps me grounded and energized in my own business. It's, as you said, there's a reward that you get back, and certainly that feeling that you get of helping someone. But I find that when I'm teaching sometimes the fundamentals to the folks that I'm working with, I end up looking at that and thinking, oh, well, maybe I need to look at that part of my own business, or I think I might have moved away from this wisdom that I've shared with them. Let me go back and revisit that. So I think I learn just as much from the people I'm teaching, and sometimes they have wisdom to share with me that I would have never expected.
Exactly. In fact, when I was doing the interviews with all the practitioners, and we took them back to chiropractic college, and my question to them was, what were you like in chiropractic college? What kind of habits did you develop, or consciously or unconsciously? And after we got done with the interview, they said, you know something? That was fun. Going back and just really realizing about the path that I'd already walked, about how I got to where I was. A lot of people always looking ahead and saying, oh, God, we still have a long way to go. But sometimes it's great to look back and say, wow, look how far we've come. And here's how I got there. That's the fun part, looking back and say, wow, how was that orchestrated? Wow, that person came into my life at a certain point in time and helped me. And just when I was asking the question about what am I supposed to do, where am I supposed to go, because, a lot of times, a lot of the students, whether they're in chiropractic, acupuncture, or massage, they're so focused on the formal education, they forget to learn about the success education, about what are you going to do, how are you going to be successful, how are you going to apply your craft. So having a mentor or someone, or mentors, even more than one, because you could have mentors in different areas. You could have a mentor in family relations. You could have a financial mentor. You could have a practice mentor. Look at them as coaches. Some of the top performing people in the world have coaches. Top performers in sports. They have loads of talent, but guess what? Guess what brings that talent out? A coach. And a mentor can be a coach.
And one thing I want to point out there, I think this is important for people listening that maybe are seeking a mentor, is to recognize that a mentor is not necessarily someone who's just giving you their time for free. It may, there are some people that maybe it's a boss that you work for, someone that is an educator that mentors you a little bit, but a lot of the mentors that we work with are actually people that you remunerate somehow. And like you were just saying, Dr. Buckley, I personally have hired many coaches for different things over the years to help me break through a particular area of my business or life. And it has been a tremendous savings and help in terms of beating that learning curve and moving ahead, listening to their experience and learning from their lessons rather than going and trying to reinvent the wheel, as you said. And it's important for those who are thinking about mentoring to recognize that it's not necessarily you giving up hours and hours of your time for nothing, but to look at it as a two-way street, that there's a reward for both people in the relationship.
Well, that's true. That's why I said, one of the things, if you are blessed to have someone give you their time, it is your obligation to give it to someone else and mentor someone else down the road as they did for you. So, I heard this a long time ago, and I was kind of miffed at it because I kind of wonder if it was really true. And it says that if you look around you and look at the 5 people you spend the most time with. Now, this may not be the 5 people you want to be around, but the 5 people you spend the most time with, if you look at their annual income and average it out, it'll probably be your annual income. So one of the things that I did this one time and realized that some people I hung out with were people I was forced to hang out with, and not that I didn't like it, but it was just like I would have preferred to have been with my best friends or with other people. But I realized that when I was hanging out with these people that were successful, going places, it lifted up my game, it raised my energy, and I was able to increase my income. So one of the things here's a little gem for people listening, you may need to look around and see who you're hanging out with most of the time. Because if you want to raise your game, if you want to increase your business, if you want to be more effective, you may need to run with a faster crowd, a better crowd, a crowd that's going somewhere. And that's one of the things is sometimes mentors are not all really friends. They're people that are really challenging you. I remember in chiropractic college, people told me I was working full-time and going to school full-time, and I had a lot of people that I worked with at the grocery store who told me I was crazy. I'm killing myself. Why do you go to school full-time? Why are you working full-time? You're going to kill yourself. And I said, killing myself is staying where I'm at.
Right.
This is temporary. And I moved on after that and realized I spent a lot of time with people that were making $30,000, $40,000 a year max, and I had to move my game up, and I had to hang out with people that are making 100, 150,000, people that were doing what I wanted to eventually do, and I'm so glad I did. I still like those people. I don't hate them. I just, sometimes you just have to cut some of those anchors and cut some of those things that are holding you back, and sometimes it's even your own family.
Yep. Definitely been there. I think we could go on and on about that, but I want to talk about some of the issues that we really wanted to cover in this interview, and one of those is about communication. You talk about communication as being the number one technique. Tell me what you mean by that.
I always get this question from chiropractors, specifically students, because they're learning all the different techniques about how to adjust and treat the body. And they say, what's the number one technique you found? And I say all the time, it's communication, because when in your marketing of your practice, in the practice of your practice, how you do things, one of the things that's going to be so important is your connection with your client or patient. And that comes through communication. It comes through verbal and nonverbal communication. And a lot of times, the best communication is just listening. If you can have the communication connection with your client or patient and develop that, you are going to be able to bond with that person. That's where the healing starts. When the person on the other side of the clipboard, so to speak, the patient knows that you know what they know, that you've listened to them, you understand them. You can actually feed back to them and say, what you're telling me is this. And that's a lot of times what people just really want to. They want to be listened to. They want to be understood. They want to be appreciated. So as you as a practitioner can develop these communication skills in your office where you can really connect with people and understand what they're saying and really listen to them, what's going to do is you're going to form a connection with them that the healing is going to be able to flow. It's not going to be interfered with. Most time people who sue doctors, they don't do it because of procedural stuff. They do it because of indifference. I wasn't listening to. The doctor didn't listen to me.
Right.
They don't understand me. So I say developing your communication, which we're going to talk about in my sessions, how to develop that communication, serves you in and outside of the office, especially if you're outside of the office, because you have to do this thing called networking. And networking is meeting people and connecting with people and forming relationships. And like I said before, one of the best things that you can do for communication is actually listen to people, because so many people are not really listening. What they're doing is they're filtering what other people are saying through your mindset about what you're going to say next, as opposed to really hearing what the person's saying and understanding that. One of the 7 habits of highly effective people from Stephen Covey is seek first to understand before being understood. If you can remember that, you'll put your practice and your communication techniques light years ahead of everybody else.
I definitely have found in my years in practice that listening, that ability to really process and hear what it is that my clients have said has made a huge difference. And again, I mean, they may just want someone to listen to them, and that is what is going to be healing for them. But it certainly explains why different people get different results, because they do have the skills and talent to bond and help their client or patient feel understood and perhaps even appreciated, so that they can relax and allow the healing or treatment to take effect.
Oh, remember this, you got 2 eyes, 2 ears, and 1 mouth. Use them proportionately.
Oh, definitely. Now, in addition to communication, I know that you also speak about the importance of being an entrepreneur to build your business. What does that encompass?
I always ask chiropractors and acupuncturists and massage therapists, I go, what business are you in? And they say, well, I'm a chiropractor. I'm in the health business. I'm in the healing business. I'm in the solutions business, whatever. And I said, what business are you primarily in? And they said, we're in the health business. I said, think about this. The first business you're really in is in marketing. Mm-hmm. If no one knows who you are, if no one comes into your office, your talent is wasted upon the world. You can't be the best known secret. Being an entrepreneur encompasses 4 areas: public relations, or I like to say persistence and resiliency, actually. The second one is networking. The third is marketing, and the fourth is sales. And we go through all aspects of this in the prospect and in the class that talk about the differences and how you can maximize them. But the bottom line is the first business you're really in is marketing. When you graduate, get your certificate, get your license, whatever, you've got to go out there and build practice. And how do you build a practice? You got to become entrepreneurial. You got to go meet people. You've got to market to them. You got to bring them in. You got to be doing sales. And people hate that word, but that's what you're doing. But if you do it right, you know, you don't ever have to sell anything because people love to buy, but they hate to be sold. So if you can become an entrepreneur, meaning being in business and understanding the business side of things, which is one thing that scares me because most of the chiropractor students that I used to train and still do, I ask them when they're in school, what's your plan, what's your business plan for the future? Most of their plans could be summed up with one statement: I hope it works out. Well, you don't want that to happen because this really frightens them that they actually have to go out there and be a business person. Well, I look at it this place, you know, being in business is something you have to do. Being an entrepreneur is something you want to do because it's exciting, it's fun, a little scary, but you know something, it's okay if it's a little scary. You've got butterflies in your stomach, just make them fly in formation and move forward. So it's very important as being an entrepreneur, you have to build a business, you have to build a practice, and you have to be able to market yourself and make yourself known in the community and find out what in the community is needed. Maybe that's even a better way to look at it. What's missing in the community? What's missing in the marketplace, and provide that service.
Well, I know I've heard that same sentiment from many different healing practitioners, people in the spa industry as well, which are also folks that I work with. And a lot of them will say, well, I didn't get into this to be a salesperson. I didn't get into this to be in business for myself. I just want to do this healing work. And unfortunately, what we have to realize as practitioners of any discipline is that we are the product. And if nobody knows about our product, they won't come and purchase it. We have to get the word out there in a way that is desirable, that it makes people want to try out our services or refer their friends, send in their family members. And it does take just as much training as the actual hands-on applications that you learned in school. So it's great that you're there to teach this for chiropractors and other healing arts professionals.
Well, it is so needed because it is so lacking. Excuse me. And that's why we put that part into both programs, and it'll be in this program also, because teach people that this doesn't need to be scary. This can actually be a lot of fun. Not only can it be a lot of fun, it can be very, very productive and very, very valuable. In fact, it may be the most valuable thing you do.
And so when you talk about value, what would you say is the most important lesson that attendees at your session at the American Massage, Chiropractic, and Acupuncture Conference will learn?
I think they'll probably learn that they're leaving a lot on the table. There's so much they can be doing on a regular basis that will really help their success. And it may be a lot of stuff that they already know they just forgot about. We're going to be talking about the habits that they can form. Successful people do certain things. Unsuccessful people or struggling people do certain things. Success leaves clues. So does failure. And so what we're going to discover is we're going to learn about the habits of successful practitioners. We're going to learn about communication, about effective communication, and that's basically how to be entrepreneurial in your communication and really connect with people, how to discover what's missing. One of the most important lessons, they're going to find out what's inside of them that's there. It's just that's being suppressed or it hasn't been tapped into or discovered yet. We're going to bring that out of people. So when they get done with my session, they're going to have simple, actionable items they can do personally in their practice, in their marketing, and in their interaction with their patients and their clients that can make a huge difference in transforming their practice, transforming their life, and transforming their legacy. And it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be action-packed because I hate going to boring presentations, and I sure hate putting on one.
You're not the first presenter that I've talked to in this series that has said that, and I just know that we're going to have a fantastic lineup of educators, and your class is going to be definitely one of the most popular. I'm making sure I'm going to be in there. I was very excited to see it doesn't conflict with my marketing class, so I hope to be in there for the whole thing, but definitely I'll catch a few minutes of it. For people that are listening that are interested in increasing their prosperity and improving their business, do you have any specific suggestions or recommendations that they can put into place today?
Well, one of the things they may want to do is write down, going to this conference, what do they hope to get out of this conference? And what are they willing to do? Are they going to show up there and have a big class reunion and talk to people and not go to classes, or are they going to go to class with a purpose? I'm going to this class because I'm really interested in learning this. I'm going to this class because I need to go. I need to learn this. Maybe that's, you want to go to the things you want to go to, but there's some stuff that you need to go to, but I don't want to go there because that's going to make me held accountable. Well, one of the things they can do really is write down what they want. What do they want to get out of this conference? When the conference is over on Monday morning, they're back in their practice, their office. How are they going to be changed? If they're the same Monday as when they showed up on Thursday or Friday, they wasted a whole weekend. They need to be transformed. One thing also they may want to do is start looking at the people that are talking. And maybe, with today's social media, most people have websites and everything. You can learn more about them and what they're doing. Do a little research ahead of time. Commit yourself that when you go down there to this conference, that you're going to really be responsible and really be focused and get a lot out of it. I mean, that's probably the fun thing. I remember one of the things that we used to do when we had all our conferences in Vegas, which is really a kind of a distraction. People would go to Vegas and they'd go to the conference. You can't do both. You're going to one or the other. And so one of the things, if you're going to the conference, make time for having fun, but also make most of the time for learning. One other thing you can do really is start doing an evaluation of your practice or do an evaluation of your business and write down the things that are very strong, write down the things that are lacking, and find classes that will help build up those weaknesses.
I think that's a great suggestion for anybody, even if you can't make it live to the conference, to do an assessment and really start building the areas where you need help and getting education in that area, or maybe even seeking out someone who can help you in that area if you're not inclined to improve it yourself. Bringing in someone to help you. Sometimes it's something that is more effective even than trying to learn about something yourself. In my case, it's bookkeeping that
right.
I can learn and learn and learn about it, but I'll never enjoy it and I'll never be great at it, and it's better for me to just bring someone else in to do that. But it starts with knowing where you are. I think that's great advice.
Make sure you bring your pirate outfit for Friday night's kickoff gala thing. I think that's going to be really important because there is a time to have fun, and this would be a time to have fun. Phil Madison from Core Products is going to be dressed as Captain Morgan, and that is a sight to see.
Perfect. I can't wait. I was just with Phil recently up in Minnesota. Actually, had lunch in his airplane hangar, looking at his beautiful plane just a few feet away from us. So I can't wait to see it. I know that's going to be a fun-filled evening. And yes, I will remind everyone to please be sure to be aware of the fun happenings. Bring your best outfit for I believe it's sailors and pinups, or mermaids
right.
and surfers. Anything that relates to the maritime theme, you'll be good to go for that information or for that event. Dr. Buckley, I know that a lot of people will not be able to make it to the conference, but they will still want to get in touch with you, purchase your books, and just find out more information about what you do. Will you share your contact information for us?
Sure. Right now they can go to www.scorechiro.com. That's SCORECHIRO.com. CHIRO.com. And you can put in your name and address, and I'll send you a bunch of free stuff. But that'll actually get you into the database, and then we'll be able to contact people and let them know, because the book's probably coming out. Hopefully I'm going to have it all ready and have it at the conference. I'm working feverishly on it to finish it up, because I just realized that writing the book's easy. It's editing a book that takes forever. But because you just go back and you look at it and you're going like, oh my God, how could I overlook that? Fix it. But anyway, Score Chiro. Also, if anybody wants information, they can just contact me directly. They can email me to Dennis, DENNIS, at health-advantage.net. Send me emails with questions. To send me and say what they're interested in. I'll be able to send them to get them the information they want to know, and or answer any questions. But I sure look forward to having everybody in the room. We're going to have a lot of fun. I'm on Saturday morning at 8:30, and it's going to be kicking off the day. And there's other great presenters, but we're going to be having some fun in there. There's going to be music. There's going to be excitement. We're going to really basically lift everybody's energy level up. So if you're going to show up there, and if you want just to basically hang out in the back, we're going to really disturb you with our energy. So.
Wonderful. I look forward to being disturbed then. Actually, I'll be right there with you. I'm excited to have that energy to start the day. And I want to make sure everyone listening knows just how they can get involved in the conference and be a part of your class and all the others. So let me pause for a moment to do that. The American Massage, Chiropractic, and Acupuncture Conference is one of the largest exhibitions of massage, chiropractic, and acupuncture products, continuing education, and business opportunities for practitioners of all three disciplines. This year's conference will feature over 100 exhibitors, continuing education classes of 1 hour, 3 hour, and 1-day workshops, including Dr. Buckley's. Other events during the weekend include a free keynote presentation sponsored by ABMP with Dean Juhan, the author of Job's Body, a charity golf tournament benefiting the Make-A-Wish Foundation, and the One Concept Gala and Dinner Dance. The registration cost for the conference is just $40, which includes admission to the trade halls and all 1-hour presentations, participation in raffles and giveaways of literally thousands of dollars in prizes, between-class coffee breaks, and loaded goodie bags. Attendees will also have access to many special offers and promotions from the conference exhibitors, as well as the chance to have a fantastic time with friends and colleagues. For students, the conference offers a free student day and Smart from the Start program on Friday, which is sponsored by Massage Warehouse, Script, and Performance Health. This day is dedicated to massage, chiropractic, and acupuncture students who are currently enrolled in school or who will graduate in 2012, and includes a free gift bag for the first 350 people. Also on Friday, all attendees are invited to attend a special presentation, Disciplines Unite, from 12 until 2, and the One Concept Job Fair from 2 until 4. All of this is happening at the Conference Hotel. That's the Town & Country Resort and Conference Center, and I definitely suggest you make plans to stay there if at all possible. Single or double rates are just $125 a night, but space is limited, so please make your reservations now. Also, MPA Media is printing the American Massage, Chiropractic, and Acupuncture Conference event program inside all three of their magazines, Massage Today, Acupuncture Today, and Dynamic Chiropractic. These will be given out at the conference and distributed throughout the U.S. to over 133,000 practitioners. So if you are a vendor or educator who is listening in today and you'd like to get some great exposure for your products or classes, please contact Sandy Pierce of MPA Media for details on being a part of the conference program. So if you're ready to register for the 2012 American Massage, Chiropractic, and Acupuncture Conference in San Diego, and of course to meet Dr. Buckley, myself, and the other amazing instructors, there are now 2 ways to do so. First, you may register online and pick your courses instantly on the official conference websites, AmericanMassageConference.com, AmericanAcupunctureConference.com, or AmericanChiropracticConference.com, depending on your discipline. You may also register by phone. The call is free, and operators are waiting to speak with you at 877-674-3504. That's 877-674-3504. We also invite you to stay connected with us on Facebook at facebook.com/American Massage Conference, /American Chiropractic Conference, or /American Acupuncture Conference. Again, the 2012 American Massage, Chiropractic, and Acupuncture Conference is made possible by all of our wonderful sponsors. Thank you so much to Massage Warehouse Script, MPA Media, H.J. Ross, ABMP, and Massage Envy Careers. I'm sure after today's broadcast, everyone listening is ready to come to the conference and register for this tongue twister of a class. Practice Pointers Providing Practice Prosperity, Protection, and Proficiency with Dr. Dennis Buckley. Dr. Buckley, thank you so much for taking time to speak with me today and for choosing to be a part of the 2012 American Massage, Chiropractic, and Acupuncture Conference. We are very honored and excited to have you at this year's event.
Well, Felicia, thank you so much for this opportunity to promote the conference and talk about the class and just talk about my favorite subject, helping people become successful. And I hope to meet every one of you and answer your questions and learn from you also down in San Diego. And so it'll be coming up here really soon, so make sure you register and come down and have a wonderful time.
I second that emotion. I hope everyone listening does make it to the conference, and I look forward to seeing you there. This is Felicia Brown, and on behalf of everyone from the American Massage, Chiropractic, and Acupuncture Conference and One Concept Radio, I want to thank you for tuning into this edition of the pre-conference broadcast series. Please remember to tune in each week through April 16th for more interviews and to visit our websites and Facebook pages for replays of all the interviews in this series. We look forward to seeing you in San Diego in April. Please also consider joining us for the Canadian Massage and Chiropractic Conference this fall in beautiful Niagara Falls, Ontario, Canada, October 12th through 14th. Thanks again for tuning in, and have a fabulous day.